All right, everyone, welcome into another episode of the Spoiler Alert Podcast, episode 31. And this episode, we are going to go through our top 5 movies so far. You know, we're well over halfway through the year now in September. Only about 4 months left to go. There's about a month left before anything we fucking care about is coming out. So we're going to rank, well, we already have ranked our top 5 so far. We're going to go through them and kind of solidify that order. And then Ty has seen The Nun 2, so he's going to convince us to see it or not. So as usual, we will kick it off with upcoming movies of the week. Not that many here. The one we care about is the one Ty has already seen, The Nun 2. In 1956 France, a priest is murdered and evil is spreading. The sequel to the worldwide smash hit, I would not call it that.
I dive into that. Don't worry. I dive into that.
Follows Sister Irene as she once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun. I don't. You'll probably explain it a bit when we get to it. But after seeing like the first one, I'm like, is there really a need for a second? But you know, here we are.
Especially because, like, in the first Conjuring or whatever, they're like, "Oh yeah, we have the nun in this painting sitting in our house."
Yeah, here she is.
I don't know what year the first Conjuring is. It's well after 1956, though.
I think it's like 70s or 80s, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But the director, Michael Chaves, I'm assuming is that how you pronounce it? Not a great run so far with horror movies. He's done probably the worst of the Conjuring universe, Curse of La Llorona. And The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which is the worst Conjuring.
Wow. How's he getting these gigs?
He knows he has a friend.
Yeah.
They're just giving him the spin-offs. Right, here you go, buddy. Do this one. Funny thing, I've never seen The Curse of La Llorona.
Me either.
I know the story because I love those weird, like there's a Weird Pennsylvania, there's Weird Texas, those like books.
Yeah.
So I have the Weird Texas one. And there is a story that is kind of based off of La Llorona story, which I believe is a Spanish or Mexican story, one of those. But it made its way here to San Antonio. And the story is there is a bridge in San Antonio, and they call it Donkey Lady Bridge. So I'm reading up on the story. I'm like, that's just a funny ass name. So it's like Donkey Lady Bridge. And supposedly what happens is if you go there at night, park on the bridge, turn off all your lights, you're going to see a woman with the head of a donkey. And she's going to come for you. So weird as hell. But the donkey. There's probably some good like edits of that shit. Because there's videos on YouTube of people going to the bridge. But the story behind that is it's a woman who was a widow. She has a kid and she starts dating some like wealthy dude. And wealthy dude never said anything about it, but she was all worried that, oh, he's not going to want to be with me because I have a kid. Yeah. So she fucking drowns her kid in this river, which is supposedly what's underneath the bridge. And then goes to the dude and like tells him what she did. And he's like, you're a fucking psycho, and like shoos her away. And I believe she also drowns herself somehow. And now she's haunting that bridge, supposedly.
He's like, you did what?
Why? Yeah. So I guess that's the story of La Llorona. We just have our own flavor of it here in San Antonio.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's close enough. I might be able to take a drive there. I don't think I ever will because I'm a baby, but
oh yeah. I mean, fuck that. But at
yeah,
the same
like
time, it'd be worth it.
It's like
we could edit something. We can make a sweet TikTok about it probably.
Right. If we survive, you know, it's like, yeah, no way that's real. But like on the off chance it is, or there's just some nut that like wants the story to be true, so he makes it true, or she does rather. Ain't worth the risk.
Nah. Yeah, just some crackhead sitting under the bridge.
Yeah, I'm the donkey lady. I'm like, sweet Christ, we have enough of those.
Wow.
These next two movies, you're not going to care about, you're not going to see, so I'm going to quickly go over them. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, never saw the first two. I don't know why they need a 3. Are you getting married a third time? What the fuck?
You could not convince me. You could not pay me enough money to see this movie.
Care. It's like, I remember the first one came out and like there were just so many advertisements about it. When
I know. When the
how
hell
old
did that
were
come out?
we?
Like 2005 or 3 or some shit?
We had to be elementary school. There's no way we weren't.
Yeah.
Let's see. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2002. We would have been in second or first grade.
Wow. I looked up the box office for the second one to see if it warranted a third. It was like 18 million and it made like 90. So, I mean, it made money, but not even that much in the grand scheme of things, and not enough to make a third. I mean, there's no way this is going to do well.
Yeah. Even the first one, I mean, it made a shit ton of money later, but the opening weekend, it made less than $600,000.
I mean, this is just like ridiculous.
I don't know why it became popular, but gross worldwide, it's made $368 million on a $5 million budget. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why this film got popular. I don't care enough to find out.
It just looks so bad.
So,
are you on the IMDb page for it by chance?
I was, yes.
Okay, so go down to the cast.
Uh-huh.
You see this Laney Kazan?
Is that a person?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was Mickey Rourke.
that's very fair. Apparently, she was in Don't Mess with the Zohan. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I definitely see that. It's the hair, the face. My God.
I just for sure thought it was Mickey Rourke. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, the highlights don't do it.
The highlights.
Nice leathery skin.
Got to get the old leotard on. Get in the ring.
I do love the wrestler though. Can't hate on the wrestler.
No, that was a good one. Marissa Tomei.
You kidding me?
You're not going to see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. I take maybe your grandma wants to see it, but you're not going with her. You're going to drop her off.
I don't even think my grandma would want to see it. I don't even know.
Good.
I don't even know who would want to see it.
I respect your grandma for that.
I get that we have a movie podcast and we should be open to seeing shit like this, but there's just not enough money in the world for me to go see this.
We have to take a stand somewhere.
Right. This is it.
This is it. This is where we're doing it.
This 80 for Brady, all that shit.
Yeah, that old people shit.
Yeah.
I'm not old yet.
No. I'll go see any animated movie, but I ain't going to see the mom movies.
That's right. Third and final one here. It's called My Animal. Looks to be a low budget horror thriller. Heather, an outcast teenage goalie, falls for newcomer Johnny, which, by the way, Johnny is a woman. Don't get confused. An alluring but tormented figure skater. As their relationship deepens, Heather's growing desires clash with her darkest secret, forcing her to control the animal within. So I don't know if she's a fucking werewolf. I don't know what's going on here. You're not going to see it, is what it means.
What in the world, dude? I mean, this just sounds ridiculous.
That's where we're at with movies right now, Ty. It fucking sucks.
It really does. There's no way this is in the theater, right?
I didn't look. Let's find out. The Animal. Of course, the first animal movie that comes up is the one with Schneider.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking classic that one was.
Have you ever heard it's not like a real conspiracy, but it's like every time Rob Schneider stars in a movie, there's like a tanker spill or something like that, like a massive oil spill.
Really?
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
That's good. It's him. He's doing it.
Probably.
Dude, I can't even find it now. Oh, it's called My Animal. That's why I was looking for The Animal. No, I got Showtimes.
Are you kidding me?
I got the Alamo Drafthouse is having one showing.
Wow.
They do that shit though. They do like random movies like this. Yeah, one showing a day for not even a week, for 6 days.
Horror and romance. What a genre to combine. And hockey.
Hockey and figure skating. It's someone's getting stabbed with a skate. They're gonna pull the old Happy Gilmore.
For sure.
That's a requirement.
Never heard of a single person in this movie, by the way.
See, when you get reviews like this, the featured review here is using like words like ethereal and sapphic.
Yeah. I hate when people use like review language like that. It's like, talk normal.
I know big words.
I'm wrong. That Amandla. Her name's Amandla. What the?
Amanda. Yeah.
Amandla Stenberg. She's been
Uh-huh.
in like Bodies, and I guess the
Oh,
Hunger Games.
she was Rue.
Yeah,
Oh shit, she died.
yeah.
um.
And
Wow.
she was a voice
Grew
in
up.
Spider-Verse.
Okay.
So
Good for
good for
her.
her. I guess she does do. I guess we do know somebody in that movie.
She
Good
was
for them.
Spider Bite. I don't know
I
who that
couldn't tell you who
was,
that one
but
is. Yeah.
interesting. Oh, Rue. I didn't think I'd ever see her in anything again.
Bodies was a good one. She probably had like a starring role in that actually.
This trying to see. Because the where the hell did it go? YouTube's disturbing horror film is wow. Are they talking about this one or what was the other one that was just that we just saw that was made by YouTubers?
Was it Theater
Uh,
Camp?
Let Me In.
Let me in.
Let Me In.
Oh, I have no
One
idea
with the
actually.
hand.
Oh, Talk to Me.
Talk to Me, not Let Me In. That was made by YouTubers.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting it confused with. Never mind. Sidetrack there. I don't know. I don't think I'll see it, but who knows? If it gets good enough reviews, we can see what happens. Horror has just been so bad.
It has. That's what I'll go in on that a little bit whenever I talk about The Nun.
Ah,
But
that's a shame.
this sounds even worse.
Yeah, the director has directed music videos. The writer has written music videos, so I don't know how that translates to movies. But then again, that one director for like John Wick and everything was really involved in all those rock alternative music videos. So maybe I'm wrong.
Butt rock. Butt rock is the key to being a director.
That's right. Yeah. So that's gonna end it here. Again, nothing exciting. It's gonna be this way up until Saw 10, probably.
Probably.
Um,
Haunting in
but
Venice next week sounds like it's gonna be.
yeah,
I'll definitely go see that one. I like all those murder
worth
mystery
a
movies,
watch.
even though they're like the guy, the stars in them. I can't remember his name. He also directs them. Drives me crazy in
Oh,
those
he
movies.
directs.
He's super annoying.
It's like a
But
watered down Knives Out.
yeah, it's a lot worse of Knives Out. But I'm a sucker for a murder mystery, so I'm gonna see that one for sure. That one's kind of got like a little bit of a horror vibe to it too. So we'll see how that goes next week, I guess.
Got some movie news here, and I'm excited for it because I see Martin Scorsese's name.
You also see something else down
I
there.
do see Billy that I have not put in here, so that means I'm part of the game, which scares me.
Flipped it on its head.
God damn
Look
it.
out. But we'll get to that in a couple minutes here. So the first bit of news here is Marty Scorsese, old Marty's already got his next film set after
Hell
Killers of the
yeah.
Flower Moon. Want to guess who's going to star in it?
Is it Leo?
It is Leo.
There we go. Okay.
So he bought the rights to a recent book called The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder. So that tells the story of survivors of a shipwreck who, 6 months after returning home, are accused by three men of mutineering their ship. Mutineering is not a
How's
word
that
I've
mean?
used ever in my life before. I guess they did a mutiny on their ship and stole. I don't
Okay.
know. Quick synopsis for it says set in the 1740s. That's way back there. Wager's story is set in motion when a patched together boat with 30 emaciated men landed on the coast of Brazil. The men were the surviving crew of a British ship that was chasing a Spanish vessel and had crashed into an island in South America's Patagonia region. Their tales of surviving the seas and elements made them heroes. But 6 months later, another vessel, even more beat up than the first one, ended up on the coast of Chile, and it only had three men on it. These new sailors charged that they were other men. I don't know what the hell this says there. They're claiming that the other guys actually just mutinied their ship.
Okay.
So, a big mutiny movie. Look
The
out.
it is the same author of Killers of the Flower Moon.
That would probably be why he's so invested in it then.
The other
Um,
thing he has written is The Lost City of Z. Have you seen that one?
no, I haven't.
I think that's a true story actually, but it's oh shit.
That one has like Charlie Hunnam, right?
Charlie Hunnam. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay. It's not nothing
Nice.
great.
So yeah, I guess that's what he's going to start after Killers of the Flower Moon, but once that movie comes out, that'll be the 8th time Scorsese and DiCaprio have worked together. Pretty
Okay.
crazy. Killers of the Flower Moon, though. Excited for that one. That's coming out about a month and 10 days from now, October 20th.
Do it.
And then it'll be on Apple TV Plus in November.
What is half a shame and half I can't really complain is I'm going to be gone the week that comes out. I will be in Vegas for my 30th birthday and
Hell yeah.
when we were young. So I can't complain, but at the same time, I want to see that damn movie.
That is going to be a good one. And I don't know, Vegas might be just as good of a time, probably better.
We'll find out. Yeah. We'll see if I make it back.
Yeah. Next one here. I knew we were talking about this a little bit maybe before, but Hayao Miyazaki, he's not going to be retiring with The Boy and the Heron. So he's the founder of Studio Ghibli, and apparently he's still got some more stories to tell. So in an interview on the red carpet for the film's Toronto International Film Festival premiere, a Studio Ghibli executive, I couldn't say his name, so I just said a Studio Ghibli executive, shared that the animation legend may have not taken retirement too seriously, certainly is not as seriously as the media has. Other people said that this might be his last film, but he doesn't feel that way at all. He's currently working on new ideas for a film. He comes into the office every day and does that. This time he's not going to announce retirement at all. He's continuing to work just as he's always done. So I don't know why people thought he was going to retire or why he alluded that he might, but that's not the case.
He's also old as piss, so I don't know if he really has a decision.
83 years old.
On it being his last movie or not.
Right. So if this one sucks, they're probably just like, dude, you're out. But so like I said, he's 83 and he's known for writing and directing all the Studio Ghibli bangers that we know. Yeah. And The Boy and the Heron is the first ever animated movie to open up the Toronto International Film Festival, so that's cool. And that one comes out December 8th in the US. So I'm excited for that. I need to start watching some of the Studio Ghibli movies. I've been saying that I want to, but I need to. So
I've seen, I think, most of them. I haven't seen Princess Mononoke, however you say it. You should probably start with either Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Those are probably the best, but also the least weird. I mean, they're all fucking weird, but they're probably the least weird to get you kind of pulled in there.
Yeah, the other one that is on the top of my list is Porco Rosso.
Is that the fish?
It's like the pig that's a captain
or
like
pig.
The plane pilot. It's Michael Keaton.
Oh shit. That reminds me, if you watch the dubbed version, so this is the only time I would say it's okay to watch a dubbed version of an anime, and it's because it's big enough, it's well known, and they have good actors. But Hal in the English dub is Christian Bale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea that Hal was even a dude. I just assumed Howl's Moving Castle was a girl.
No. Hal is I don't know, sorcerer of some sort.
Oh, okay.
The other in Spirited Away, the main actress is she voices Lilo. Lilo and Stitch. Yep.
That's sweet.
So English dub. You have my blessing to watch it that way.
Nice. Okay, sweet. That's perfect then. I'm going to start watching some of these movies. I know they're all on like HBO Max, I think.
Yes.
Or just Max, but either way.
Whatever they decide to call it.
Yeah. Fucking dumb name change. A couple more things here, though. We're getting a Crow reboot. Okay. Remember The Crow? Yeah. Lionsgate acquired the rights to the film, so it's set to star Bill Skarsgård in a reimagining of the 1994 film that Brandon Lee died filming, Bruce Lee's son.
That makes sense. I was out until you said Skarsgård.
Yeah. So in the original, a man who's brutally murdered comes back to life as an undead avenger of his and his fiance's deaths. So I never saw the first one really the whole way through. I've seen bits and pieces. I feel like my dad watched it all the time back in the day, or it was on the TV. I've seen bits and pieces, but I never watched it the whole way through. I know it's definitely like a cult classic.
I think it was most of my knowledge of The Crow comes, like all things I know, from South Park.
Yeah.
Because that episode where Satan's having a Halloween party for his birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
He tells everyone, no one can go as the Crow. Everyone wants to show up as the Crow, and they want to look all hot, and it doesn't work. And then like he goes as the Crow. So,
That's hilarious.
that's all I know about it.
That one's gonna come out next year, and my only last note on that is to keep Alec Baldwin off the set, because I like Bill Skarsgård. I don't want him to die too.
Yep, stay away from him, Alec.
So I'll start off with. I'm going to switch around a little bit. So we got some Rotten Tomatoes controversy, which will lead into our last thing, which will lead into Billy.
Ooh.
So the Rotten Tomatoes controversy, have you seen anything about this?
I have not.
So it heavily revolves around the actions of a PR company called Bunker 15. So in 2018, they engaged in the practice of paying little-known yet Rotten Tomatoes approved writers $50 to cover individual titles. So in 2018, a Daisy Ridley movie called Ophelia, it's really like the main culprit here. So like initial reviews of it came in, and it was like 46% on Rotten Tomatoes. So this company came in and started paying low-level critics on the website to post positive reviews, and they gave them $50 a pop. Pretty much just gaming the system.
Yep, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Because shit movies like It Follows gets really great critic reviews and everyone says it's so good. It fucking sucks. And anytime I go to look up horror movies to watch, best horror movies of the past 10 years, and It Follows show up, I leave that fucking list.
Yeah. We see it quite a bit. You can never really trust Rotten Tomatoes anyway, but their scheme worked. Ophelia jumped up to 62% in the ratings, and then it got acquired for distribution after that. So we do use it. I use it quite a bit. But like I was saying, a lot of people just don't know how it works. So this percentage score of the audience's approval is just how many critics thought it was a 5 out of 10 or better. So like if it has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, 20% of critics thought it was a 5 or better. And the higher you go, whatever. Then same thing for our audience. But a lot of people probably just assume that, oh, people think this is a 9 out of 10 movie or this is a 7 out of 10 movie. It's not really the case. That's why our method of reviewing, ranking, and scoring movies is just a lot easier to comprehend. If it's less than a 5, it probably sucks. Everything better than that, it's probably worth your time. That being said, though, I will take even less money from Rotten Tomatoes to fudge their numbers. So go ahead and hit us up.
Let's go.
$50 is sure, but I'd take 20. So that's going to lead into our last little thing here. It's a quick Marvel movie rumor here. And so Sam Raimi is Marvel's top choice to direct Avengers Secret Wars. I don't hate it. I really liked Multiverse of Madness. I think they need all the help they can get here moving forward, going with like better and well-respected directors. That's not a bad start. But that got me thinking here. That's why Billy's on the page.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
So I want to see if you can name Sam Raimi's 5 highest rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes.
Highest rated?
Yeah, highest rated on the tomato meter.
On the tomato meter.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta think.
Shout out to Rotten Tomatoes.
5 Sam Raimi movies. I'm not gonna look up ratings.
He's ranked quite a bit. Yeah.
I just want to make sure I get the movies.
Yeah, go ahead and get his list of movies up there.
Yeah, I don't, because all I really know is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I fucking love Spider-Man. So I won't look at ratings. Just give me his filmography. All right, got him. Okay, let's see here. Highest rated?
Yeah, we'll just do 5. We'll just do the top 5.
Evil Dead?
No, that's not in the top 5.
Wow. Okay, shit. The first Spider-Man.
Okay, so that's actually number 4.
Oh yeah. Okay. Man, I'm realizing I have not seen a lot of his films.
Yeah.
Got to be Doctor Strange up there, right?
No.
Fuck me. Okay.
There's one on here that is completely just not fair. So I might just go ahead and give it to you. Number 3 is a movie called A Simple Plan. I've never heard of it. I have no idea what that is. So you have 3 and 4.
I only know the band.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so said Spider-Man. Evil Dead is not in top 5. None of them are.
No, Evil Dead 2 comes in at number 6.
Damn. Okay,
Technically, it's tied for 5th, but I wasn't pulling hairs here.
See, I'm the reason I'm surprised is because I was thinking like his older films would
Yeah.
have been higher up. And to confirm, are we talking about movies he's directed or produced?
Directed. That actually, that makes me think.
Okay.
That makes me think, actually, so technically Evil Dead 2 would be number 5 because he directed and wrote it. I'll give you number 5 here because technically he didn't direct, he produced. Number 5 is Don't Breathe.
Oh, okay. That's a great one. I'd like that one. I didn't even know he produced it.
Yeah, so 1 and 2 here. Let's see what you got. And they're not all far off. They're all pretty close on the tomato meter. Technically 3 and 4 are tied too, but I mean, I was going down the list.
Yeah, fair enough. The Gift.
No. I don't know where that is actually. That's quite low compared to.
And I'm going to go with the last one that I know, Drag Me to Hell.
That's number 2.
Okay.
I forgot all about this movie all the time. I saw it at the theater a long time ago with some chicks in like 9th grade.
Oh boy, okay. Now I need to figure out, because I've named all of kind of the newer ones. Not Evil Dead. He
definitely one you know and have seen. Perhaps
there's like
part of a franchise, perhaps a sequel.
Sequel. Oh, is it going to be Spider-Man 2?
Spider-Man 2, yeah.
Okay, Jesus. Okay, I was freaking out. I was like, all right, it's definitely not Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, Spider-Man 2 is number 1?
Yeah,
Okay.
highest rated on the tomato meter, 93% certified fresh.
No.
Drag Me to Hell is 92% certified fresh.
Wow.
That Simple Plan is 90% certified fresh. I have no idea what the hell that movie is. Spider-Man, the first one's 90% certified fresh, and then Don't Breathe, 88%.
I'm so shocked that, the Evil Dead isn't up there.
Yeah. And I was looking, he only has, of the ones he's directed himself, he only has like 5 that are technically like rotten scores. And then he's got 10 that are fresh or better. So good for Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
He's produced a lot of shit that sucks, don't get me wrong.
Throws his money everywhere.
The Messengers, whatever the hell that is, Three Geezers, The Grudge, the remake of The Grudge, that's dog shit.
Wikipedia also has like his short films he's directed and written. He has one called Attack of the Pillsbury Doughboy. So I don't know how that's not at the top of the list, but people have bad taste, I guess.
Don't Breathe 2. Me and Tay saw that in the middle of Baltimore, and it was scary.
In the middle of Baltimore.
Being in the middle was scary. We saw it at nighttime, and it was like a shit show.
Yeah. The Wire has taught me to stay a little bit away.
Yeah.
You seen The Wire?
Yeah. I still have not seen The Wire.
Check out The Wire. That's around the time that like HBO peaked with The Sopranos and all that.
Is it around? Did it come out around the same time as Sopranos, or is that before
Sopranos? It was a little bit later.
Oh, okay.
Because Sopranos was 99.
Yeah,
I think when it started, and I think The Wire was like 2004, maybe.
Okay.
2002.
How many seasons of The Wire are there? A bunch. 5. That's not that bad.
Yeah, there's only 5, and I think they're only like 10 to 12 episodes each.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
But you know how HBO likes to use a lot of the same people. So like you'll recognize Michael Kenneth Williams. He was in Sopranos. He's that dude with the scar down the center of his head in like real life.
I think I know.
He was in. Man, he's in everything. HBO. Let me try to give you another example.
Here we go. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, you'll recognize
this guy that died. Yeah, he's dead.
He
right?
died. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think The Wire was one of his
like breakout.
Really, what kicked him up.
Damn.
He plays a badass in that.
Yeah, R.I.P. to him.
If you need a mafia fix, he is also in Boardwalk Empire, which is also fantastic.
Okay.
Starring old Steve Buscemi.
Steve.
But yeah, that's New Jersey Mafia.
Jersey.
Is it Jersey? Yeah, because they're at what's the place in Jersey with the boardwalk? It's not just Ocean City, is it?
Yeah, it's Ocean City.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they're at. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Ocean
that
City, New Jersey sucks, by the way.
I've
So
only
dumb.
been to Maryland.
Maryland is a lot better. Tay and I went to Ocean City, New Jersey, like years ago. Just we were gonna either do like Dewey, which in retrospect we should have absolutely done, but we decided to do Ocean City, New Jersey because it's close or
Jeez.
whatever. And
Mhm.
completely dry town. You can't even have booze.
What the
There's no
fuck?
you can't buy alcohol in Ocean City, New Jersey.
That's what.
It
Oh, it
was
takes
just
place
like,
in Atlantic City. I'm sorry.
oh, okay, Atlantic City, I gotcha.
That makes sense with casinos and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, sidebar there. Yeah, going back to the Sam Raimi, the OG Spider-Man movies were awesome.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
I know people make fun of them, and there's so many memes you can pull from them, kind of like you can from the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah.
But they were, for the time, I was so hyped to see those movies.
Oh
Still
yeah,
am.
definitely. For sure. I remember seeing the first one at the old theater we just talked about last week, Theater 123, whatever that was
Cinema
called,
one, two,
Cinema
three.
123.
I think I saw it there too. Now I'm thinking about it. It was
That
just
theater
right
was
there.
awesome. I mean, it was like
Drive.
what? He was 5 minutes down the road from my house.
Yeah, same.
Freaking
Old
awesome.
fucking Pleasant View at the time. Cool. I appreciate being part of the game.
You finally been billied.
I've been Billy. That doesn't sound great, but here I am. Yeah. Fucking games with Billy. Good time.
That is a good time.
So Ty, you're gonna have to let me know now. Was it a good time with the Nun 2?
Let's get into this one. I didn't really mention it too much to you earlier today because I
Yeah.
think it'll be interesting here. So let's get into it here. I've been on a big horror kick lately with like Halloween right around the corner and all that coming up. It's about that time. So the other night, I finally watched the first Nun movie to prepare to see this one, which I will say, although the Conjuring universe is like huge now, the Nun is probably like of all the like the scariest one, like right, like
Oh yeah.
looking at least, like fuck that Annabelle doll. I mean, I haven't seen Law Year Round, so I don't know how scary that one is, but scariest looking definitely goes to the Nun. So
Yeah,
yeah,
she was the
definitely
scariest
scarier.
part. She was the scariest part of the Conjuring 2.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
So that being said, though, the first Nun movie was an absolute snooze fest, and it was pretty fucking bad. I didn't like it at
Yep.
all. So I threw on the first Conjuring right after that. But going into this one, I didn't really have any expectations at all. I think it could have came out a little bit closer at Halloween to kick off the season even closer, but I was just ready to go see it in the theater. We needed something to talk about, so let's dive on into it. We already kind of talked about the synopsis a little bit, but here we go again. 1956 in France, a priest is murdered, evil spreading. The sequel to the worldwide smash hit. It's so funny that's in the
How the
synopsis.
fuck are you calling it that?
Follows Sister Irene. She once again comes face to face with Valak, the demon nun. So I looked it up. Smash hit at the box office. Hell yeah, $22 million budget, $365 million at the box office. But I mean, critically, the first movie is a 5.3 on IMDb, 24% critic approval, and 35% audience approval. So people hate that movie. Although it made some money, people don't like it. The Nun 2, though, currently at 44% critic approval on Rotten Tomatoes and 77% audience. So, I mean, that's almost double. It's damn near double the first one. And it's got a 6 on IMDb, so a little bit of a step up there, too. So, it stars Tessa Farmiga. She's mostly known for, like, American Horror Story, and she's the sister of the older lady in the Conjuring universe, the one that plays, like, the main actress, Vera Farmiga.
Oh, okay.
It's her younger sister.
Interesting.
And then it also stars Jonas Bloquet. All I've known him from is the first Nun movie.
Mm.
So like I said, I went into this and fully just expected to shit on it the whole time, but here's a shocker. I didn't hate it.
Okay.
It wasn't nearly as bad as the first Nun. I'm not saying it's like Oscar contenders or anything like that or great, but as far as horror goes, it's passable. It's
Okay.
barely passable, but it's passable. I did go right after work, so I was tired as hell. The first third was okay, setting up the movie. Middle does hit a lull, and I probably could have fallen asleep. Luckily, the last third kind of picks it back up and saves it, and it was pretty entertaining as this movie could have gotten, I think. That being said, though, it does need more horror. The Nun is in this movie for maybe 10 to 15 minutes of screen time, maybe out of an hour and 50.
Ugh.
She doesn't seem like she's on the screen very much. I did get hit with one jump scare too. I hadn't gotten hit by one in a minute, but it got me. Compared to other horror movies, though, like Talk to Me and Evil Dead Rise, this movie isn't even in the same realm of horror.
Yeah.
I like my horror movies just like you're filled with dread. You don't expect a happy ending and just nonstop horror. Like you don't get any breaks. But this one kind of focuses more on like the story of like the nun, the good nun, and the guy from the first movie. Whenever there is scary shit going on screen, it's not at that same like level as like the top tier horror movies, like the Evil Deads and the Talk to Me's, all that. So definitely did dock some points there. Definitely glad I watched the first one too beforehand because there is a lot of references to it, and they do kind of talk about it a little bit. So I probably would have been okay if I didn't see the first one, but there is just some like references and shit to the first one.
So that's where like I don't remember the first one at all, and you did just see it.
Yeah.
Is it? When did the first one take place? Like that one, it felt like it was pretty old.
So this one's in 56. I think the first one is in like it can't be too much further off of that. Maybe a couple years before. I can't remember. It might have been like 6 years, like 3 years before.
I don't know why I remember thinking it was like 1700s or some shit.
No, it was. I'm trying to find if it says. I don't see it, but it's a couple years before. It's not too long. Just like maybe a year or 2 or 3 tops.
Okay.
So yeah, if this movie was shorter and it was scarier, it could have been a top tier horror movie on the year, maybe. That's maybe. But an hour and 50 is just not enough horror, and it's just too long. Some decent acting, nothing incredible. I think I'm gonna end up at about a 5 on it though.
Okay.
Which is it's kind of high, but middle of the road. I liked it more than Voyage of the Demeter, and I liked it more than The Pope's Exorcist and Insidious: The Red Door. That movie sucked, but I didn't like it nearly as much as Talk to Me or Evil Dead Rise or Scream.
Gotcha.
So it's definitely watchable, but it's not like you're gonna be shitting your pants in terror the whole time. It's a tough one to convince or not though, because I'll say, if you saw the first one, I mean, you'd want to see this one, I guess. If you're willing to watch the first one, you'll be willing to watch the second one. So I'll go ahead and say, if you've seen the first, go ahead and give it a watch. Or if you're ready to watch a horror movie for Halloween, go ahead and check this one out. It's watchable.
Yeah, that's probably where I was at, where it's like, I'm gonna watch it at some point, but I'm fine waiting for it to stream.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna run to theaters for this one.
It'll probably be on Max here, not maybe, but not before Halloween, but not too far off of Halloween. I'd bet all the rest of them are on HBO Max.
Yeah, they'll probably realize, oh, nobody's going to see this, and then go from there. It's I'll see it just because I've seen all of the Conjuring universe films. And I like horror movies. Give me something, I guess.
Like, I was fully expecting to just go into this and it was going to suck shit and be terrible, but it was watchable. So, good for it.
I'll be curious to see. I mean, its competition is My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3.
Yeah,
if it does
it's
worse than that,
box office, it's definitely going to, it's got this, and I think it's got a little competition next week, but it might do pretty well here with, like, fans of the Conjuring universe and then, like, little kids and teenagers wanting to go see a scary fucking movie. So
let's do
there were other people at the theater though. I went at 2:15. Well, 10. I got there at like 2:30, so it was like 2:30, and I thought it was completely dark, but I did see like 2 people in the very back. I was like, oh shit.
Does Barbie make more money than this movie
this weekend?
The weekend, yes. Sorry, I should specify.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We should check in on that next week when we record, but I don't think so.
That'll be interesting to see.
It would be nuts if it does. I think I saw last weekend Barbie did like 3 million or something like that, so it's definitely starting to slow down. But
yeah, Equalizer finally beat it out.
Yeah, if Equalizer beats Barbie, this is going to smash Equalizer, I think.
Okay, find out.
At least this weekend,
right?
Probably total too. It's a horror movie. We talk about it all the time. They're money makers.
That's the other thing. We've talked about it a little bit before. Some of the best horror movies are just shorter. There's not a lot of wait time. Now, you said you got hit by the jump scare, but you only see her like a total of like 10 minutes. So are there a lot of jump scares in it, or is it pretty few and far between?
I mean, there might be some more like pings for like a jump scare, like they'll like ping the music and like, or they'll make a big loud noise. The one that got me though, it was like, we'll talk about once you see it. You kind of expect it to happen, and then it happens, like, oh shit, and it still got me. So it was a good one. I like the scene. That's why, honestly, that's why I kind of bumped my score from like it would have been like a 3 or a 4. And then I kind of like that scene enough to bump it up. But yeah, like there's more of like, you don't really see just the on-screen. Like it's a lot of like, oh, she's possessing this fucking person or whatever,
Right?
Doing this shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Nun too.
Pretty much what I expected. You know, kind
Yeah.
of middle of the mall type.
Very
horror
middle
movie.
of the road. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I'll see it eventually. I'll get a rating in here, and we can talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that end of the year list on the horror side, at least too.
Yeah, that might be interesting to do as well. Kind of break it up by genre.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a good idea.
But Ty, let's get into the movies we have seen this year so far, how we've rated them, and this will only be including movies that we have both seen and rated. Some of them, we'll talk about it here in a second, but some are like on the edge of breaking the top 5, but one of us hasn't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So maybe when that review comes in from the other person, it will solidify where it sits. But before we get to the good, let's talk through the bad a little bit. So currently, as far as the movies we have both seen, the bottom 5 of the year so far are You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah, which we talked about last week, and I don't think we hated on it too much.
No, it just ended up for us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So not a lot to say about this movie. Ty, I did watch Strays a couple days ago. Not from your recommendation. You said that movie sucked. Don't do it. I was pretty much the same. You ended up with a 2. I gave it a 4. I had a few laughs here and there, but there was too much reliance on the dog saying fuck.
Yeah,
it's like,
sure.
We get it. It's an R-rated movie. We understand.
Yeah.
And that was just too much. And I think what might have bumped it up for me, my dog was literally watching the movie.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was hilarious. I have it on video. I'll send it to you. But he just like into it, just staring the whole screen. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
That rules.
That probably gave me a little bit more of a bump on it. But as far as comedy, it wasn't great.
Yeah, no. It definitely, I don't know. That kind of shit isn't for us anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
That's for like the teenagers that are like, I'm going to go see this R-rated movie about dogs. Like,
well, see, we talked about it early. I don't know how many episodes ago, but we're like, this has a chance of being really funny or really fucking stupid. Turns out it was the latter.
The latter for sure.
Another shitty horror film, Insidious: The Red Door, sitting at the bottom here.
Oh, so bad.
Currently third worst. We will talk about the worst, but the one that is currently below it is only a movie I've seen, and that's Bert Kreischer's The Machine. I have that at a 2 because he's fucking annoying and not funny.
He's so insufferable.
Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I've never really got into his comedy or anything. I'm like, haha, fat guy with his shirt off. That's funny, I guess. And then Tom Segura just somehow brings him along for the ride, and then he gets on Joe Rogan. That makes him bigger.
Yeah.
And he's just riding on everyone else's coattails while thinking he's the best comedian ever.
Yep, for sure. He's so overrated, in my opinion. I don't think he's nearly as funny as these like actual top tier comedians.
Yeah.
And everybody just sucks him off the whole time because they want to be on his tour and stuff.
Annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie. I'll probably get around to it eventually.
Yeah. It ain't great.
Yeah.
But that one only I've seen, so Insidious is really the one at the bottom here, except for one other one. The Pope's Exorcist, also sitting near the bottom here. Even without your rating, Ty, we've talked about it, and
we could plug that in. Actually, I gave that a 3.
You got a 3? That's exactly
higher
what I
than
have
Insidious.
It in.
Yep.
So that is where that it will stay. I also had it as a 3. Man, I saw that was a while ago. I saw it.
Yeah, I watched it a couple weeks ago, but I just forgot to log it. I need to log the Nun 2 into the fucking letterbox too now I think about it.
Pope's Exorcist will now end up the 1, 2, 3, 4. How'd it go? Oh, fourth worst.
Fourth worst. Okay.
Here. And then finally, the worst movie of the year so far came very, very early.
Very early on in the podcast.
Ty took the dive first. And then I had to do it just because I wanted to see how stupid it was. It is the only film we have rated at a 0 for both of us. And that is... Yeah, go ahead.
Worst movie of all time, technically.
It has to be. You can't give a 0, and we did it.
No. So, I have both ends of the spectrum this year. I've got Oppenheimer at 100 and Winnie the Pooh at 0.
Fucking awful. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And what's the saddest part about it, it's not going to end here with these types of movies. There's going to be more.
There's more to come. I just saw something on Reddit about like images from the sequel or something like that. So they're getting ready to put the sequel out, and it's going to suck so bad, but I'm going to have to see it.
Maybe that guy that's in it will keep liking your tweets.
Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah. I don't know if he's going to make it in the sequel or not. I think he got his ass beat in the first one.
Yeah, I think he died, yeah.
I don't sure Winnie the Pooh like ripped his head off or something.
Who knows? He'll come back.
That was the 1, 2, 3. That was the fourth movie that I have reviewed that we talked about on the podcast.
What a horrible start to the podcast.
We had Megan, Knock at the Cabin, which are pretty good, and then Infinity Pool, which I still really like. And then Winnie the Pooh, sucked shit.
Fucking awful. So that's the bad. Here is the good. We'll start from number 5. Number 5 currently. Well, actually, I'm going to start here. Ty, you still have not seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
That is a film that I think can crack our top 5, depending on your rating of it. Just want to put that out there. I have it at an 8. So if you give it a 9 or 10, it will be in the top 5.
Okay. And I have some that are close to number 5 here too. Like,
yeah,
if I end up like watching them again and bumping them up, something like that, I could see like The Covenant even overtaking Spider-Verse in my rankings, or Evil Dead Rise, maybe not that one, or Sanctuary. I could see all of them overtaking Spider-Verse, so that could shake some things up here.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the year, we'll have to take a hard look at the list and really pinpoint which ones we like better.
Yeah, we'll get into the gritty because a lot of there's a lot of ties. There's only 2 of us. You know, the average for 2 people isn't really going to be producing a lot of numbers. So we'll get through that and we will rank them the whole way through. But I think the Mutant Ninja Turtles has a chance.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about it, but I saw Jules and I loved it as well. I gave it also an 8.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I love that movie, dude. It was awesome. It was such a pleasant surprise, dude.
Yeah, that's another category. We're gonna have our own Oscars, I think, Ty. Our own little award show. And like we'll nominate like pleasant surprises. And
we need to start we can start thinking about nominees now. That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's me with odds and everything, that's probably pretty high up.
Oh, hell yeah. And that does remind me though, so Oscars is gonna be March 10th, 2024. It's a Sunday.
Okay. Is it always March? I thought it was February for some reason.
I think it's like always like right around February, March, like last weekend of February, beginning of March. But then, movies got to be submitted for Oscar contention by November 15th.
Okay.
And then like vote, and then all kinds of voting and shit goes down in between now and then, and whenever they get announced and all that stuff. So,
do you know? I don't know the rules of the Oscars, but do you know? Like, so you say they have to be submitted by November something.
Yeah.
Even if they're coming out in like December, can they still be submitted?
I don't know when the cutoff is. I guess if they have to be submitted for Oscar contention by November 15th, everything that comes out after November is the next year. I don't know though for sure.
Yeah, that's a good
why
question.
Killers of the Flower Moon will be in contention. It's coming out in October.
Okay.
And then like I think there's one other big movie they think might be up for nominations here. What was it called? The Color Purple or something like that?
Yeah. Yes, I think that is it.
I wonder when that's coming out.
Because because they can submit it to the Academy, I would feel like, even without it being out, you know?
Yeah,
Hey, watch this fucking movie. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so I don't
I'm
know
curious.
how it works. It's all like
We'll check
convoluted,
it out.
kind of. It's all old school.
Yeah, it is pretty. They need a new process probably, but um, that's not for us to decide. Just listen to us. We'll tell you better movies.
Sounds like we're gonna have a sweet Oscars freaking show this year anyway. So
That's right. But getting into the top five, Mission Impossible is at number 5 at the moment. Dead Reckoning Part 1. Ty, you have this at a 10. I have it at a 7. Gives it an 8.5.
oh, I think I have it at a 9.
You got it at a 9 now? Okay.
Yeah. My bad. I don't know if I. Yeah, I think my only 10's Oppenheimer.
I don't know how much that will change it. Nope, still puts you at number 5.
Okay.
So still at number 5, even with that change. Now it's just an average of an 8 instead of an 8.5.
Okay.
But that feels right, I think. It's not in my top 5, but as a consensus, it makes our top 5.
Yeah.
I think I like all of the movies we have ahead of it more, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
Number 4, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That also makes sense. I have it at an 8, Ty at a 9. That's also an 8.5. So that is tied technically for third with John Wick 4, which is sitting at number 3. So we have a tie here. We'll get into the nitty gritty. But if we want to do that right now, with this tie, I think I do have John Wick ahead of Spider-Man.
I definitely do.
Okay. Well, there we go. So that puts Spider-Man at 4, John Wick at 3. That makes a lot of sense.
Another one that's tough for me to pick between is Guardians and John Wick.
Okay.
That's one that's like gonna have to be decided upon. I love Guardians 3, but John Wick 4 is still so good.
Which is a good segue into number 2, which is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which the only reason John Wick is below is because I gave Guardians a 9 and John Wick an 8. So average consensus score, Guardians is just half a point higher.
Okay.
Which puts it alone at number 2. I think that's fair, but they're also like, they're different styles of movies, and that's maybe why, like, at the end, maybe we break it down more by genre.
Yeah,
that'll be better because, you can compare fruit, as Lil Dicky says.
Yeah,
but the old saying is apples to oranges. They're just two different things.
If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a wonderful Christmas.
That's right.
That's my new favorite saying.
There's a good. But number 1 here, no surprise, I think, is Oppenheimer, the current favorite to win Best Picture. All of the actors in it up for Best Actor, Best Director. It's all there. They're probably gonna clean house, especially now with Dune getting kicked out. The only competition it's likely to have is going to be Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's going to be exciting. That's like next month.
Got a month, yeah.
Wait, I wonder if Napoleon. Oh no.
Napoleon's November.
It is November. It's November 15th.
That's why I'm confused.
Or it's November 22nd.
Yeah.
So I
don't know if it counts.
There's a couple other cool movies here coming out that I'm seeing. Have you seen the ones The Creator? It's some kind of sci-fi movie coming out. That looks kind of cool. That's going to be in September. That's coming out in a couple weeks.
On David Washington.
There's another Daisy Ridley banger coming out called The Marsh King's Daughter. I don't know what that one is. Then Killers of the Flower Moon. Then there's that the one coming to Netflix called The Killer with Michael Fassbender. Then Napoleon. And then Ferrari. But I don't know if any of those would be nominated or not. But I just was scrolling on my computer and I saw which of these upcoming movies do you think will do well at the box office?
And that's where I think we're going to do it better, because we're going to do it right. We're not going to have some random month before the year end cutoff date. We're just going to rate the movies that came out in 2023.
In 2023.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, for all I know, maybe it is 2023, but it seems like November is the cutoff.
Fucking old people.
I don't know.
Best Picture, I'm just checking the odds here again. Oppenheimer now? Plus odds, plus 110.
Really?
Killers of the Flower Moon at plus 300. Poor Things, which I don't ever remember hearing about. Poor Things, Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, that's the one that's like the Frankenstein.
Oh boy, okay.
I'm super excited for that one.
Oh no, it's black and white and it looks weird as fuck. Okay, that has a chance.
It's gonna be really good, I think.
Is that Willem Dafoe? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Look how fucked up he looks.
Uh-oh.
I'm excited for that one. I just remember that one's coming out too.
Okay, I know this director. I can't say I'm a super fan of a lot of his movies because they're always weird as absolute shit. But that's also kind of like a cool thing about him. So
Yeah.
he's directed The Lobster, which was oh my gosh, Irish guy, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
The Killing of a Sacred Deer. Have you seen that one?
I can't remember if I have or not. I think I have.
That's another super awkward movie. It
Shit,
has
I
that
can't remember if
kid
I've seen that one or not.
who looks like he like has Down syndrome, but he doesn't. Barry Keoghan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he always just plays a fucking creep. I
Yeah.
think it's his eyes. He just freaked me out. And
Yeah,
then the
it's
other
something.
one that I haven't watched yet, but it always shows up on like complete mindfuck movies.
Mhm.
It's called Dogtooth.
Oh, okay. I
but
just
I
saw that on his thing. I had no
have
idea.
not seen it yet.
Dogtooth.
That might be one to check out. Yeah, so Poor Things coming in here. Anatomy of a Fall.
Poor Things is like Best Picture odds.
Yeah, plus 800.
Okay.
His third favorite. If I can spell. Anatomy of a Fall. Is this out already? That's a lot of ratings. A woman is suspected of her husband's murder, and their blind son faces a moral dilemma as the only witness. Jesus. Can you be a witness if you're blind? I guess you.
I don't know.
It's almost 3 hours long. It is out. It's a French movie. That's not going to win because of that, sadly. Well, then again, I guess Parasite won. So
Hell yeah.
maybe they've
dude.
changed their ways.
I know I said I wanted to watch X-Men after we're done here, but I'm really thinking about watching Dogtooth, man. Except I don't know if I'll make it through the whole thing. Did you watch? You haven't watched it yet, or you did?
I have watched like the first 20 minutes and then I stopped. Not because it was bad or anything.
Yeah.
I probably was going to go do something else.
I'll probably fall asleep if I watch it right now. So I got to save it for a day I'll be awake.
It's also in a different language. So you'll have to be awake and stuff.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good.
Just to give context, like the first 5 minutes, the opening scene, this is obviously not much of a spoiler. It happens in the very first scene. And I don't know what's going on, but essentially it feels like a woman is paid to come over and like have sex with this dude's son. and then it seems like it's for the sole purpose of having a kid. I don't know, because it's like there's no passion or anything. It just happens and then she fucking leaves. I was like, what the hell just happened? But that's the director we're dealing with here with the Creation or Poor Things.
Oh, okay.
So, and then Past Lives at plus 1200, which you can go fuck yourself with that one. Absurd. But yeah, Oppenheimer, that's top of the list so far. It's going to be difficult to bring it down.
Definitely. I don't think anything can.
I don't either. However, I do want to specify that, like, I do not think I would ever watch it again, because it is a commitment to do so.
Yeah.
Whereas Guardians, I could just pop that thing on.
That's true.
Like, tune in and out and be happy. Which, again, by no means, obviously Oppenheimer is top of the list, but it's just a different style of film. Like, it's one you have to be dialed in. You're really pulled into this movie. The story's amazing. The writing's amazing. The cinematography is incredible. The sound is heart-pounding and really disturbing in a way. It's an experience that I don't know if you get on a second watch.
Yeah, for sure. Especially at home.
Exactly. But Ty, that is our top 5 and bottom 5. It'll be interesting to see how that changes, and we just created ourselves our own little Oscars. We need to give it a better name than Oscars.
Oh yeah, we will.
But we'll be competing for views with them when the time comes. Actually, we'll probably have ours like right at the beginning of the year instead of March, like some psychopath.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ty, next week we're still in a bit of a hole here. Would you
Yeah,
say
I'll see
you're
The
going
Haunting
to
in
the Haunting?
Venice.
Yeah.
Haunting in Venice. Let me see what day that comes out. We can do our episode after that. Shit. Aha, it's 6 o'clock Thursday.
There you go.
Bang.
Get in it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
We'll do
All right,
that.
we'll close it out here, and we'll be back again next week.